All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. It is October 22nd, 2021. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's talk market, shall we? Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that. That's our logo. Turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel, like our videos, comment with your questions. Appreciate it as always. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's talk about it. Dow futures are up 8 points. NASDAQ off the lows, now down 51 points, 15,427. S&P closed at an all-time high. The SPX 45.49. Futures are nearing all-time highs. We were 1 point away. Right now at 45.38 currently. So off the highs, down 0.09%. The Russell just went red on futures, 22.91. Crude oil is up nearly 1% at 83.28 a barrel. 10-year Treasury yields 1.67%. Dollar index is down 0.14% at 93.64. The VIX is up 1%, 1.13% at 15.18. Gold futures are up 1.46% at 18.07. Finally, we broke above that 1800 ceiling. 24.57 for silver, up 1.63%. We'll take a look at the chart together. Euro dollar is up 10 pips, 116.34. Dollar yen is at 113.72, down 27 pips. Ethereum futures are up 41.55 currently, up 1.78%. 63,680 for Bitcoin futures, up 1.5% this morning. All right, good morning, everybody. We had some earnings reports come out yesterday, so let's take a look first at some pre-market movers, and then we'll go over some opportunities that I'm seeing out there. Okay, so Snapchat had their guidance cut. Really due to iOS issues with ads. They're down 21.85% pre-market. Intel down 10% pre-market. Those are the ones that really stand out here. Apple's up 0.15%. I still have the 150 calls expiring today. Boeing is up 0.28%. Microsoft is flat. IBM is green from a red day yesterday pre-market. American Express reported earnings. They're up 2.55% this morning. Chevron is up 0.83% this morning. Disney is slightly red, 0.21%. Caterpillar down 0.49%. Facebook is down with all the social media names because of Snapchat. So Facebook provides an opportunity here, down 4.64%. Facebook actually trades 20 times next year's forward earnings. That's actually cheaper than the S&P itself. So there is opportunity there. The levels I'm watching for Facebook to actually buy, I really wanted 315. We tapped it aftermarket. I don't trade aftermarket, so again, we're at 326.27. If we can get below 325, I'll bite the bullet and buy some more on Facebook because I think it's just too cheap here to pass up. Twitter is down 4% this morning as well. AMD up 1.5%. We had NVIDIA calls yesterday. They're up pre-market. We closed it right before the bell for 40%. Some of our members didn't get a chance to close it. Well, they're going to be happy today because it is up nicely pre-market from 226.92 to 228.90. So we had the 230 calls for next week, so they're going to be able to catch that. Awesome work. Tesla is flirting with that 900 level. Now it is up 0.21% pre-market. Okay, so that's where we are this morning. Let me go ahead and move this to the side. Okay, so Facebook is the opportunity that I'm watching. Again, I already own shares. I think Facebook is a great company, but right now it basically, in a sense, has like STDs, in a sense that no one wants to touch it. Everyone, the whistleblower stuff, Cambridge Analytica, you name it, it has so many controversies now, but it's still the underlying company. The financials are still amazing. They still have a ton of cash. They still do great things in terms of technology, and they own WhatsApp, Instagram, and of course their Facebook platform. I personally don't use the Facebook platform, but obviously I use Instagram and WhatsApp pretty much daily. So Facebook is going to be around for a while. I think they're a great company to own. Again, 315 was my target. If we go ahead and bring up the daily here, you can see that 319 is the 200-day moving average on the daily. It was at 315 before, so I was waiting for that level to break. I didn't get a chance to fill last time. I just didn't get a price. So 326 now. Again, I'm kind of hoping we can get below 325. 320 would be great. I don't think it will. I think it's going to bounce, probably get to 330. So again, it provides an opportunity. They do report next Monday. so I wouldn't touch calls, but definitely would want to buy some shares. I'll definitely add to some. Let's go ahead and take a look at silver this morning. Silver is absolutely on a tear. We'll take a look at some of the precious metals. Again, I need a level here of 2272 for a break. If we can break that, then I'll definitely take a look at some calls, possibly some longer dated calls. 2272, you have 2283 as your 100-day moving average. There is a gap to fill to the upside right at 2324. So again, possibly 23s would be great. 23 and a halves would be fine. Again, let's take a look at the volume at the open. GLD, again, 167.37 is my level. It broke it. So that's good. Again, the next level to take a look at when it comes to gold is really 170. So I'll take a look at the 170 calls on gold. So write that down on your notepad. I have a little whiteboard in my desk. So let's take a look here. 170 calls on gold. Let's take a look at the 23 calls on SLV. If we get a break of 2272, so put wait for alert. 2272. Okay, so that's where we are in SLV. That's really the only opportunities here again, guys, as we're flirting with all-time highs. Dips obviously provide us some opportunity. We did have NVIDIA yesterday to 230s. 230 is the all-time high. A lot of people have been asking me about Tesla. Tesla's just really expensive. We know with earnings that came out, very solid. Maybe next week, as we now kind of digest the earnings, we can start taking a look at Tesla a little bit. But again, more earnings are coming out. We'll get you the actual breakdown of the calendar this weekend so you guys can take a look at what's coming next. Apple should break 150 today. I'm expecting that to happen. If it doesn't, it'll be the only loss for the week. I don't think that'll happen. But again, a little bit of E-mini futures dipping is making Apple come down a little bit. It did hit 150.10. So again, same thing that happened with Tesla yesterday. It was red pre-market and then we rocketed up. Beyond also reported earnings as well. They are down pre-market. I think they cut guidance, and you can see from 110 to 92.69. If you're looking to do puts, I wouldn't do them here until it gets around 90.95. So again, they're down about more than 13%. Just be careful on that one. All right, so we'll go ahead and answer some questions here. Good morning. Good morning. What's this good stock to get an annual dividend? I mean, it just depends on what you're trying to look for. Are you looking for something stable? Are you looking for something that provides annual payouts correctly? Most dividends are on a quarterly basis, some on monthly. Annual, not much. But I think the best thing you can do is Google dividend aristocrats, and you can start taking a look what stocks you would want to buy there. Good morning, Boris. Are you still going to do some more podcasts? I need to find some kind of subjects to do. I know everyone likes the podcast. I just did an IG live the other day. If you guys want to comment below some of your podcast requests on some of the subjects, I would love to do so, but I'm just really running out of stuff since I'm on camera every day and I really answer all the questions that I can. So again, it's really just the subject. It's not because I don't want to do podcasts. It just needs something to talk about is all. AMD, let's take a look at it. AMD needs to break 122. Obviously on the hourly, if we do break 122, the all-time high is 122.49. So you could possibly target 123 if it breaks 122. AMD is very strong, but they do report next week, I believe, so be very careful. I would probably skip it. Apple to all-time high. Again, they do have earnings, I believe, in 2 weeks, if not next week. That's 157.26. I do believe it'll hit all-time highs by the end of the year for sure. Thoughts on DWAC? I've never heard of this name before, so don't want to sound ignorant talking about it. It just popped from this week's $9 to $85. I believe that's a SPAC with former President Donald Trump setting up his own media company. I don't know if there's any options on it. I don't know. I'm not going to buy any or anything like that. Obviously, this kind of parabolic move. So again, I'd tread carefully on this one. And to short, I mean, for the most part, I don't even know if they have options. Podcast suggestion: what happens to Bitcoin miners when all Bitcoin has been mined? That's a good one. I probably wouldn't be the best person to talk about that because I really don't know much about mining, but that's something we could talk about. An update on sources of income. I don't know if that's a podcast suggestion or that's a question. What are you focusing on today? Really, the focus today, I do have those Apple calls. I'm focusing on that. GLD and SLV I'll be watching today. I think the precious metals with the dollar being down could give us some opportunity. Gold finally broke above 1800. I've been talking about that daily. So let's see if we can get something out of it. But other than that, it's been a hell of a nice week. Do one on the end of the world. Oh yeah, definitely. Everyone likes the end of the world. I understand. JPM, let's take a look at it. A little bit of banks. It is up pre-market slightly, but it needs to get above 171.51. That'll break. If we can break that, then we'll take a look at some higher strikes. Looking at Tilray, it's breaking out. Right now in the hourly, it's consolidating. It looked like it was going to break out, but you need to break 1227. Apple calls for 150 next week. That's a pretty good bet, definitely. I just don't know if Apple reports next week. Let me see. Let's see when it reports. Apple earnings is it's the 28th, so that's next week. Is that next week? Yeah, next week. So the IV, which will be the implied volatility, will be very high, so I wouldn't buy in for next week, no. Time to look into VIX for protection. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, I talked about that the other day. We broke down major support on the daily. 1410 is your next level down. So again, you could buy some protection here, obviously, as we're creeping up to all-time highs. But again, you need to find a vehicle to do so. So you can do VXX, VXXY. But again, just be very careful. It is insurance. Yeah, don't expect to make tons of money. It's just insurance. V-chart, considering American Express beat earnings. I love Visa. I bought dips on it. The chart isn't the sexiest. It's been just zigzag. So again, when it comes to options, it's a tough one. So I would probably skip Visa. I know they have earnings coming up, but just be careful on it. But yeah. So let's see what SLV. SLV needs to break 2272 first, guys. GLD, let's see what they do at the open. I like the 170 calls. Maybe we can go for some further out strikes on it because it's a slow mover. What is the Pinterest news hurting PayPal? Because Pinterest may be overvalued, and PayPal is probably offering too much for Pinterest. And PayPal shareholders are just saying you're paying too much for this company. And yes, it does make a difference because remember when Time Warner bought AOL and that horrific merger? It matters. It matters a lot. And then guess what? Time Warner had to sell to AT&T, and AT&T is near 10-year lows. So it's almost like Time Warner is like a cancer that just keeps spreading to different companies. It's terrible to say, but it's a fact. So again, assets are important, but what you pay for it is extremely important, obviously. All right, guys, so there you go. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. I'm going to go have breakfast and have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you guys Monday for the morning note. Cheers, guys.